Now, I told you that infatuation is quick and fast and whoop-de-whoop. It may not outlive the day, the week, or the month. Love, because of its very nature and because of its roots and its foundation, is durable. It gains in strength with time. Infatuation loses in strength with time. That's why there are many old couples for whom the sexual urge has long since waned, but who nevertheless love each other dearly. You know about the man 81 years old who decided he'd marry a 22-year-old girl? The doctor said, ridiculous, 22-year-old girl, 81 years of age. It might prove fatal. He's all right, she'll die, I'll marry another 20-year-old. There are a great many people who are unrealistic about love. That is, they're looking for things that they've been brought up and weaned on that is a romantic delusion. They're looking for someone who will give them diarrhea, or will get their heart beating or flowing. By the way, if your heart beats when someone you love comes into the room, you know what this is? It's your adrenal glands pouring adrenaline into your bloodstream, because it's an emergency. Anytime you meet an emergency or a frightening situation, your heart will beat faster, because adrenaline pours in the bloodstream to get you ready for the emergency. That's why your heart beats faster. So on Valentine's Day, don't send a Valentine saying, my heart beats for you. Say, my adrenals shoot for you, because that would be more accurate. Now, again, the things you look for at different ages in a prospective mate. Let me tell you about a maiden's prayer. Here it is. Just watch how she changes. At sweet 16, I first began to ask you, dear Lord, for a man. At 17, you will recall, I asked for someone strong and tall. The Christmas when I reached 18, I fancied someone hard and lean. And then at 19, I was sure I'd fall for someone more mature. At 20, I still thought I'd find romance in someone with a mind. I retrogressed to 21 and found the college boys most fun. My viewpoint changed at 22. I longed for someone who'd be true. I broke my heart at 23 and asked for someone kind to me. Then longed at blase 24 for anyone who wouldn't bore. Now, dear Lord, that I'm 25, just send me someone who's alive. You see, your attitude changes as you grow older. What is important to a young girl? She looks for looks. Does he have a car? Does he ride around? Is he a good dancer? Can he do a mambo? But when she's 25, what kind of job does he have? How much money does he make? What are his prospects? When she's 35, what does she look for? What kind of disposition? Will he be good? Will he be kind? Will he be true? At 45, what does she do? He looks. Now, one woman said, I waited so long for my ship to come in, my pier collapsed. Let me give you a definition of love. This definition has taken me years to compose. It's very brief, but it's packed with tremendous amount of psychology. Packed because it gives you the essence of true love in one sentence. Now, I appeared on the Jack Parr show some months ago, and the very last thing I said, in answer to a woman's question in the audience, and what is love, was this definition. I received over 400 letters from people all over America asking me to send them a copy of it. It's a simple little definition. And yet, if you will think of it, each word has a meaning, and each word gives you the secret of what true love is. And if the love doesn't match the definition, it is not love. It may be infatuation, whooping cough, measles, or stomach trouble, but it is not love. Here's the definition. Love, ladies and gentlemen, is an attitude between two people who have many things in common, tastes, interests, points of view, and that they share these things in common, in companionship, to the degree that they are stronger together than either one is alone. Now, you think about that, and you'll see why it is utterly impossible, based on definition, to find love overnight, to find it at first sight, to find it in one day or 1 week. It can't be done, because if love is an attitude has to be developed, an understanding. if it is based on many things in common, tastes, interests, points of view, and that you share these things in common to the extent that you are stronger together than either one is alone. This takes effort, time, knowledge, understanding, and a feeling not only for yourself but for the other person. Ladies and gentlemen, you've also learned the secret of how to get someone to be in love with you. If someone who is with you feels stronger with you than alone, feels something in his or her life that they didn't have without you, they don't want to be without you. That's what love is. It is a strengthening of your personality through another. It is getting something you didn't have before. It is something that gives you more security because you are stronger. But to get such a thing, you can't get it by going around with anyone. It must be someone who is on your level of thinking, of interests, of enjoyment, of joys, who can share your viewpoints. That is why it is possible for a Jewish girl to marry a Catholic boy and find happiness and love. It is thoroughly possible, but it is not as likely as if a Catholic boy would marry a Catholic girl and a Jewish boy would marry a Jewish girl. It is better because of the sharing of interests. And the same thing applies to age. It isn't the wide difference in age that makes the difference. It's the fact that wide differences in age carry different points of view, carry different values. What is important to you at 20 is not important to you at 40. And what is important at 40 may not be important at 20. And so these things are not shared together. So you see, if love is built on a strong foundation of respect and admiration and grows little by little with tiny acts of kindness, cementing it firmly with consideration for the welfare of the other person, then love will live forever. If you want someone to be in love with you, you go with them. Make sure that every time you're with them, something is exchanged between you. A thought, a joy, a pleasure, an experience, even a sorrow. But it is shared by the two of you. And if, in so doing, you continue this, you will find the person will one day say, I love you. And they love you because through you, they are stronger. And they want to stay with you because being with you, they feel better than being alone. A man doesn't say, will you marry me, because he wants to do you a favor. Why don't you marry me, Herman? Look at me. I'm undernourished. I'm working hard. Every day I'm sick. I throw up regularly at 12 o'clock. Do me a favor. Marry me, Herman. Why? He doesn't marry you to do you a favor. He marries you to do himself a favor. And so the only time he feels that you're doing him a favor is when he feels life without you is not as pleasant as life with you. But this is not something you rush. It is something you discover. You can't go with someone 2 days and say, marry me. That's enough. We've kept company long enough. Marry me. It doesn't work that way. It's, when I talk about attitude, you see, also your sense of humor. If someone who's with you feels happier when they're with you, and they always feel a little more joy, that is, you have a good sense of humor. You'd be surprised how a good sense of humor encourages love. It's like the watering of the plant. It's like putting a little fertilizer in the soil. If I go out with a girl and being with her, no matter how depressed I may have been when I met her, I laugh and I forget my sorrow. I enjoy being with her. Next time I'm depressed, I think of her. That's the one I want to be with. I call her up. Meet me. Why? I don't know why I like to be with her. I just like to be with her. I like to be with her because she helps me out of the depression. She makes me feel better. I'll show you what I mean by that kind of thing, kind of attitude. There's a waitress in one of the country resorts, very sloppy waitress. She's always breaking dishes. The maitre d' told her if she breaks any more dishes, she's going to be discharged. She happened to walk along with one of these sugar bowls with a lump sugar in it. She dropped the whole bowl. So she quickly pushed the glass under the tables, picked up all the sugar and threw it into her bosom. She walked by one of the tables. One of the men said, waitress, can I have some sugar, please, for my coffee? She said, 1 lump or 2. He says, 2 lumps, please. She says, here you are. She says, would you like some cream, too? He says, you wouldn't dare.